Hello everyone, welcome back to part 3 of Juventus Battle of the Bosses here in Serie A. It's our 16th now in
Lost count.
total, so yeah, we know what we're doing by now and hopefully you know how all this runs. But if you don't, we'll explain as the video goes on. I'm here, Tuna, this here is Elmo,
Hi guys.
and we're going to go and take a look at how we've done. Elmo's video is linked down below, so you can go and check out how his season has gone. And then at the end, we'll have our points tally, as we always do in this format. If you haven't seen the videos from earlier this week, go and watch them, both mine and Elmo's, to go and see how the season was going so far. We're starting off here on the awards page for me, where you can see Haaland won the Player of the Year award. They're all in Italian, so it took some Googling to figure out what everything is. Maurizio Sarri won Manager of the Year. And technically, the Young Player of the Year award was won by Haaland, but because it's technically a separate award ceremony over in Italy in real life, we're not counting that. We're only using the main ones. So I get a point from that, but it's just confusing how... Well, it's not confusing, I suppose. It's just that I don't speak Italian, so it makes it confusing for me.
Yeah.
Competitions wise, we obviously had won the Super Cup, which you saw in that last episode. Over to the Coppa Italia, where we was in the the quarterfinals. Coming up, I got drawn against Atalanta, who I beat in extra time 1-0. Wasn't the most thrilling game. We had a goal disallowed from Chiesa in the 52nd minute. A minute before penalties, we got the winner. Substitute Caviglia scoring the only goal. You can see it was a pretty even game, to be fair, as well. So I'm just glad we got that goal and I didn't have to go through penalties. Sassuolo knocking out Lazio in extra time, Roma beating Fiorentina, and AC Milan beating Salernitana. Into the semi-finals, I got drawn against Roma. I lost 4-2 on aggregate.
Ooh.
I lost the first game 2-0, where I'm going the wrong way, basically, to show you that game. Tammy Abraham got both goals. We had Kaiser sent off after 6 minutes, and we've just struggled after that. We never really got into the game. Obviously, we had more chances, equal on target, equal XG, but we never really looked threatening, especially after Abraham put them 1-0 up. The late goal was just a bit of a kick in the teeth, really. To make it 2-0, give them that good advantage, and then the second leg, we couldn't overcome it. They went 2-0 up. So we were 4-0 behind an aggregate. 2 from Haaland pulled it back, but yeah, we just weren't good enough over the 2 legs at all. So
45 minutes to get back from a 4-0 deficit. So
yeah,
a bit of a struggle anyway, isn't it?
no, it was well deserved. We were so poor over both legs, really. Just glad we managed to get a couple of goals, really, not make it look as dominant. Roma, AC Milan beat Sassuolo 3-0 in the other one, 3-0 after the first leg. So Milan versus Roma in the final, which Roma won 3-0.
Wow.
Which was a bit of a surprise, really. Ibrahimovic missing a penalty, Benedeschi put them ahead. Bakayoko sent off 2 yellow cards in a minute. If I was Milan manager, I'd be absolutely furious with that. Abraham penalty, and then Ibanez just rounded it off later on. I mean, there's not much you can do when, you've got a defender getting sent off. 2 goals.
3.3 XG as well
Yeah.
for Roma. That's really good.
So Roma did absolutely fantastic, really. Great tournament for them, of course. No longer managed by Jose Mourinho. He was sacked. So
Was he sacked in the first half?
Yes, he was.
Yeah, I thought so.
So they certainly turned it around after that. And then let's go to the league first, because we're in Italy already. You can see we won the league title. Roma in 6th place. We finished 2 points ahead of Lazio. We didn't finish 2 points ahead of Juventus. We are Juventus. Inter Milan dropped off a little bit. Napoli dropped off a little bit. Ended up a 2-horse race. And if I just go right across,
just 2 draws, but it looks of it. Same wins. You just had 2 more draws than them.
4-3 on the final day of the season sealed it for us. Lazio won. We went 2-0 up. They pulled one back. scored another two, pulled one back, had a goal disallowed, and then they pulled one back late on. Unfortunately, it was the 94th minute of 4 added minutes, so there wasn't enough time for them to get another one. But I started to get a little bit worried. Then Lazio won 3-0 over Verona, so I knew that even if they had Bologna had scored, we'd have won it on goal difference. But just with how the end of the game went, we had no momentum at all, and it just seemed to be all Bologna, and I just thought, we're in trouble here. Fortunately, we held on. For the title, you see Haaland was top scorer 10 ahead of Immobile, who had a wonderful season as well. But yeah, it was a pretty big drop-off between the top two and then the rest of the league. And yeah, they just, Inter, Napoli, Milan all just sort of fell off, really. Rome did well to recover. Spezia, Salernitana and Venezia all relegated. 1 point difference there as well. It's a pretty good season. I'd like to have won it by more, but Lazio obviously had a wonderful season to have 89 points. I know I mentioned in that last episode, they're a good team, but not really one you expect to be challenging for titles.
No, I'd have expected that being Inter.
And
Milan.
They really did push me. See, they were predicted to finish 6th at the start of the season. So, massive, massive fair play to Lazio. And then over in the UEFA Champions League, in the first knockout round, we got drawn against Bayern Munich. Where in the first leg, we lost 2-1. At home, we won the lot for Bellingham. Goretzka equalised. Lewandowski in the 84th minute gave Bayern the victory. But then in the second leg, we won 3-1 to go through. We went 3-0 up. Musiala pulled one back in the 86th minute. 2 goals from Morata, 1 from Chiesa. Fortunately, again, that goal was sort of too little, too late. They had more chances. They had better expected goals. Chesney had a wonderful game, basically, to put us through just about into the quarterfinals, where we got drawn against Liverpool. In the first leg, we lost 2-1 at Anfield, 2 from Salah, but then he got injured, and that was crucial. Haaland pulled one back for us. That injury for Salah kept him out for a couple of weeks. In the second leg, we won 4-0, for 5-2 on aggregate. Kulusevski with 1, Chiellini, Morata and McKinney all scoring. They went for a 4-4-2 in the second leg, which really confused me. Confused me even more when you saw Keita out on the right, Milner on the left, and I thought, right, I'm attacking these flanks so you can see where the damage was done.
Milner's not really the fastest of players to be having on the left either.
No, he's not. So obviously, when he's up against Chiesa, he's a pretty quick player. But most of the damage came from Morata and Alexandro, who were all pretty quick as well. But they missed Salah so much in this game. I just didn't understand the going to 4-4-2. As soon as I saw that, I thought, we've got them here. 7 shots free on target from Liverpool. This was just domination, really, start to finish. Could have been more. Alisson had a great game. But yeah, that put us through into the semi-finals where we got drawn against Manchester City, so another tough game. The first leg at the Etihad was 1-1. Sterling put them ahead. Haaland equalised because, of course, he does. It's Haaland. That's what he does. Just quickly go back to that stats. Yeah, maybe if City actually had a striker, then they could have done something. But yeah, they dominated the chances. A lot of them were from range, but still, 1-1 was a fantastic result for me. And then the second leg, we beat them 3-1. Cuadrado put us ahead. Dybala came back to bite us, of course, former Juventus player. We saw them at the start. But Kulusevski and a Morata penalty in the 90th minute sealed this game for us. Again, they had more chances, but we had the better chances this time. We let them have more of the ball. I played more of a counter-attacking style this time. Same formation, just playing on cautious, and it really did pay off. See Dybala, De Bruyne on 7.2 each, but the rest of the team sort of average. And
I like Dybala playing in the first game.
He was just coming back from a knock.
Okay.
He came off the bench, but
Jesus,
this is the one that I want to point out. The second leg, PSG 9, Milan 3. What the hell? Mbappe scoring 5 goals in a Champions League semi-final. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. So, I mean, yeah, the first leg was 3-1 to PSG anyway, but they just obviously had enough. Mbappe scored 5 in that semi-final. He finished on 12 goals total. Then obviously in the final, that means I got PSG. We beat them 2-0 to take home Juventus' first Champions League title since, I think it was 1993, I think the message said. Haaland and Bellingham, 2 of my summer signings on the score sheet. Haaland had one rolled out later on as well. 5 shots, 2 on target from PSG. Mbappe, Neymar, Messi. 6.6 the highest.
wow.
We just snuffed them out completely. Again, more of a cautious style. Cuadrado and Danilo man-marking Mbappe and Messi. Bellingham was actually playing more creative play this time. Locatelli was the ball-winning midfielder. We had him on on Neymar all game. I just snuffed them out, and we played really well in this game. Really, really well. I mean, how often are you going to see Messi and Mbappe with 6 and a 6.3 average rating? Especially after what they did to Milan in that semi-final. So we ended up winning the Champions League. So pretty decent season. Gutted I couldn't win the Coppa Italia to do the quadruple, but a treble isn't too bad. It's not a treble, is it? It's
So
Super
you're
Cup.
counting it?
No, I'm not counting it. It's a double. Squad-wise, appearance-wise, Chesney with 56 appearances, Haaland with 56 appearances, 5 from the bench. But the goals, 52 goals from Haaland with 9 assists. I don't really need to say any more, do I? So, Morata with 23, Chiesa as well, 16 goals and 20 assists from 51 appearances was absolutely incredible. Only 3 players actually hit double figures. So, I mentioned, I think in the first video, maybe in the halfway one, I'd set off to try and just get Haaland to score as much as possible. And it obviously paid off. He also missed 6 penalties this season. So he could have done a lot better as well. But yeah, I mean, he's just an incredible player. I've managed him a couple of times now, Football Manager, and like my own personal saves and everything. He's just always wonderful. And it was a joy having him this time. I say Chiesa, wonderful. Cuadrado and Sandro as well, the 2 wing backs, both getting double figures for assists. And average ratings, just a whole host of players, 7 and above. It just sort of sums up how good the actual season was. Chesney got 27 clean sheets from 56 games, 46 conceded. In terms of the second half of the season, standout games, 6-0 over Genoa, our first game after that recording. 3-1 over Lazio was crucial, considering obviously how the league table finished. They went 1-0 up. 3 late goals gave us the victory in that one. Other standouts, 3-2 over Empoli. We probably should have done a bit better than this. It took a late Moise Kean goal to win that one. 5-2, a 5-0. Obviously, that 4-3 on the last day. 3-2 over Milan. We were 1-0 up. They put it back to 1-1. Went 2-1 up. They put it back to 2-2. And then Haaland penalty won that for us. And again, just these by 1 goal was so crucial given how the league actually finished.
Just having a look, I saw that you. Oh no, that was in the Coppa Italia. So probably the Verona and Torino draws, and also winning Lazio.
Yeah,
really helped you,
crucial. I was furious with the Sampdoria defeat. Absolutely furious. Obviously, we'd had the semi-final draw as well just a few days before, which knocked us out. Then we lost to these, and then we drew to Man City. And I think we sort of took it all out on Sassuolo. But yeah, I mean, when you're only losing a couple of games throughout the season, only 1 in the league since September, you're always going to be in a good position. Lazio had a fantastic end to the season as well. That draw against Inter, that draw against Sassuolo, if they could have got winners in them, they'd have won the league. Defeat to Udinese, draw against Torino, draw against Bologna. You know, just games that if they could have just picked up something, especially like that one with the 95th minute equaliser, would have been level on points. They obviously overachieved. They were 2-0 up again in that one. But they had a wonderful season. I don't think they complained about finishing second at all, especially just being 2 points behind. So, fair play to Lazio. Fair play.
I mean,
So,
if you'd had lost or drew another game,
yeah. Yeah, well, I mean, again, a couple of games where we had late winners. The 1-0 over Spezia. Chiesa late equaliser over Verona. Like, just all of these late goals, which is so crucial for us. The 93rd minute equaliser, yeah, Sassuolo scored after that as well, but Holland hadn't scored that, potentially 2-1 defeat. It was a season of late goals for both me and Lazio, which sort of decided the league table, really. But a good season, a very, very good season. I'm very happy with how it's gone. Now, obviously, at this point, pause this video, go and watch how Elmo's part went. I say link down below, and then come back here, stay over at Elmo's, whichever one, because we'll be back in one moment for the points tally to see who actually wins. You don't want to miss that. So we're back. You've watched my side, you've watched Elmo's side. Hopefully, if not, go and watch him. Like I say, the other person's linked down below. So go and give them a check out. You'll see how all the seasons have gone. Some standout games. It just, you know, our own takes on how the seasons went for each of us, and they were both pretty different in terms of everything you could possibly ask for, really. Completely different. And that's one of the best things about this sort of series, is it shows, you know, how different people approach the game, and how these approaches can change things. So, yeah.
Football Manager is different. You know, even if you did the same, bought the same players, did the same tactics, and just keep replaying your save, it's always different outcomes anyway.
Yep, it certainly is, and as shown by, you know, some of the finishing positions for teams in the league as well, and how they did in the cups and things like that. We have no impact on them apart from the games we play against them. The rest of it is purely all them, and yeah, it was interesting. What's even more interesting though is some points. Shall we go through them and see what happened? You don't even know what happened. Well, you know what happened, but you don't know the points. So the league, as always, you get 1 point for finishing bottom, 2 points for second bottom, so on, working the way up table. It normally be 20 points to win in the league, but you get bonus 5 as well, so 25 points to win the league. I won the league by 2 points from Lazio, giving me the maximum 25 points. How did your league season go?
I too won it by 2 points, but it was against Milan. But yeah, I did win the league.
Yeah, so a maximum of 25 points for you as well there, leaving us level. The Champions League, which it was a tough run for me in the group stages. We got through very tough run in the knockout stages. I think every game apart from one, we went behind in the first leg, but we came through and ended up winning the Champions League, beating PSG in the final. So 20 points added on for me. How did things go for you in Europe?
So I got knocked out of the group stages. I finished third after a disappointing final game in the group stage. I think that's what knocked me out. Then I obviously got put in the Europa League, and I got through to the final. It wasn't that tough of a run. There was only one that maybe, I think it was Villarreal, that maybe would have thrown a little blip, but I got through to the final quite easily, and then I won the final 2-1. So I won a cup competition in Europe, but not the one that I wanted. I won Europa League.
You did, and despite dropping down to Europa League, you only dropped 5 points. You get 15 points winning the Europa League. So Yeah, I mean, you're now 5 points behind. It's 45-40 as things stand. The Coppa Italia, 15 points for winning, 10 points for results, 5 for the semi-final. We enter the third round, so only a couple of games really in this competition. Maximum of 4. No, maximum 5 because it's 2-leg semi-final.
Hmm.
Actually, would like to throw that in there. I reached the semi-finals where Roma beat me 4-2 on aggregate, giving me 5 points, putting me on 50 in total. How about you?
I got through to the quarters and I lost out to Atlanta, so I sadly didn't make it to the semis at all.
And it was interesting that we both got Atlanta at that same stage, and it both went to extra time.
Yeah,
And it was late goals that decided both of them as well. So um,
yeah.
things not so different, apart from obviously the outcome there. But that was 0 points there for you. Then the Super Cup, which was in the mid-season update in episode 2. Um, it's just a Super Cup. We don't particularly care too much about this. You get 5 points for winning it. I beat Inter. I can't remember the scoreline, to be perfectly honest with you. I just know I beat them, so I got 5 points.
Yeah, and I sadly came runners up in a competition that there's only two of us.
Yeah.
But I did lose in the final. I lost 2-1 to Inter just looking at it now.
Yeah, so again, 0 points there for you. The awards, we only had the Manager of the Year and the Player of the Year on this one. I won Player of the Year, did not win Manager of the Year, so just a solo point for me on that one.
Yeah, and I didn't win any of them, to be honest with you. So nothing for me again.
So that puts us, I'm on 56 points, you're on 40 points, going into the top scorer. If you could outscore me by 16 points, 16 goals to tie, outscore me by 17 goals, you win. My top scorer was Haaland, yours was Morata. How did Morata
Hmm.
do?
A guy that I didn't have to spend 100 odd million on. He scored me 42 goals.
He did a fantastic season for Morata. He actually had a pretty decent season on mine as well, to be fair, considering he was playing out wide, scoring 23 goals. But like I say, Haaland's my top scorer with 52 goals, giving me a bonus 10 points there, because obviously the difference is how we do it. Leaving the final score as Elmo 40, Tuna 66. Um, it's very, very rare that I actually beat you on the top scorer. So
Yeah, but like I say, and I'm not using it as an excuse, but it does just show that spending money can make a huge difference. Obviously, you spent a lot of money on 3 players, I think,
yeah,
and one that you couldn't use.
I spent a grand total of £372 million this year, bringing in 3 players. And like I say, I couldn't register Alphonso Davies, so he didn't play a single game for me all season.
Yeah,
£115
whereas it was
million player.
so it was different for me. I obviously spread it over various players. I spent 178 million, but that was over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 players. Obviously, a couple of them on loan as well. But that just shows how different people play it.
Yeah,
I didn't go for the big players for the big money. I looked at what I had and I tried to improve in areas. But no, I still won the league and I still won Europa League. So even though I didn't win this points thing, I still think that was a good season. And if we was moving on, I still think I've got a decent squad to maybe get the Champions League.
yeah, and obviously he didn't get sacked, neither did I, so the board must have been happy with us both.
Mm. Yeah,
Crucial,
exactly.
crucial things there for us. Um, so yeah, that decides Juventus now. That makes it overall 6-2 to me in terms of teams. But of course, we have the Salford one going on, which is over 5 years. You won that first season, but it's the total over the 5 years that decides that. Um, the first season came out a couple of weeks ago over on the channel, so go and watch that. In a couple of weeks' time, we'll have season 2 out for you. And then in 4 weeks' time, we will have the next team, um, which will be done by a wheel spin because I'm not choosing.
Yes. Okay. So we have 6 teams left. So I'll just pop the wheel up now. I don't know why I pointed up. This is down now. And we have Norwich, Sporting Lisbon, Lyon, AS Roma, Atletico, and RB Salzburg. Now, I know last time I spoke to you, I think Norwich was a team that you wanted. I know
Yep.
Juventus was a team that you didn't want. But Norwich was a team that you want. Is that still a team that you want?
Yeah, them or Salzburg. I don't particularly want Roma or Atletico, just because we've been obviously in Italy this time, Spain a couple of ones ago. So I quite like a different league, but I don't really mind which team comes out in here. They're all different in unique ways.
I do want to have at least 1 or 2 seasons away from Italy.
Yeah,
Just because we've just
which
done it. So I'm
means
hoping it
which
doesn't
means
go any
Roma's
further.
coming out. We know what's happening now.
Yeah. So here we go. It's Norwich.
Yes!
You've got your wish.
Yes! We're over in the Premier League with no disrespect to Norwich, but one of the worst teams in the Premier League this season.
Yes, in real life.
And obviously one of the reasons I wanted them last time around was because they had a good, little bounce back once Dean Smith took over. So I wanted to see if we could sort of replicate that from the start of the season. But this is going to be a completely different challenge for us.
Yeah, this is because usually the teams that we play, and obviously Salford, what we're doing over 5 seasons, they are a good team in League Two, and I think they're expected to like win the league or get promoted. Norwich is completely different to all of them because even when we did Mönchengladbach, they're not a team that expected to be relegated, whereas Norwich
Yeah.
are. So I don't think there'll be many points thrown our way in terms of like cups and winning the league. If one of us win leagues with Norwich in 1 year, wow.
This could very much be our first sacking.
It could.
That's what I'm thinking. This is a case of who doesn't get sacked.
It could be the first sacking. It could be the first time that we've played Battle of the Bosses and the team's got relegated.
Yep.
It's definitely going to be interesting. There's not going to be many points. I think it's just going to be the league position and obviously the top goal scorer.
Yeah, we've got
If you
obviously
do manage to
the
win
FA
the
Cup,
cup,
Carabao Cup to focus on as well. So we do have an extra cup competition,
but no Europe,
but no Europe.
which we found strange with Mönchengladbach.
Yep. A decent squad. It's a decent squad there. It's going to be just see if we can, utilise some of their young players. Pookie is Pookie. Can we have a Pookie party? That's going to be the question. It's going to be interesting. I'm looking forward to it. Different challenge.
Definitely a different challenge, and it keeps us away from Italy. And
Yes, it
Spain
does.
for a couple of years. Which was the last Premier League one we did? Was that
The last Premier League team
Man
we
United?
visited was Manchester United.
Because we've done Man United and Leicester in our Battle of the Boss series. So this is the 3rd time that we've come to the Premier League.
Yes, and just looking at it, you have never won the Premier League in one of these. Came 2nd with Manchester United. And 5th with Leicester.
And I'm not going to win it with no.
Also, you've actually not won any of the English competitions.
And I'm not going to do it with no.
Who knows? Maybe, we could go all in on the Carabao Cup. Is it 10 points for the Carabao Cup? That could be a play.
Maybe. I think this, like I say, it's going to be tough for Norwich to get to the semi-final of FA Cup and Carabao Cup. So we both could walk away with no points there.
Yeah.
And obviously, we just want to explain this now that if somebody does get sacked before the second recording, before the January transfer window ends, the other person still carries on to the end, and it just means that that person who got sacked gets 0 points.
Well, actually get minus points because if you're bottom of the league and get sacked, you're getting minus 25 points.
But
yeah, we have
the top goal scorer for their team at the end of that season. It won't count. They'll literally get no points to add on to take them out of that deficit.
Because we keep an overall tally of points as well. About every team that we've done. So we've done Leipzig, Leicester, Dortmund, Manchester United, and Rangers, which all weren't on series. Leipzig came out over on Down the Wing channel, but the rest of them we've done sort of privately against each other. Obviously, Real Madrid, Mönchengladbach, Salford, and Juventus have been done so far. I'm keeping a tally of all the points. I've not added anything on for Salford yet, just because I'm going to add them all on at the end. But as things stand, it's 407 to 325 in my favour. So a minus 25 for me, for example, and some points for you. If Pukki just scores 20 goals, you survive. That quickly turns around. That it very quickly turns around.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of
Definitely.
pressure here.
And obviously, if I get sacked and Pukki scores 20 goals for you, again, it just makes a bigger gap for me to catch up with. Obviously, if you haven't watched it, then this might be a little bit of a spoiler. Go check out the Salford Part 1. But at the end of the Season 1 of Salford, I was doing quite well in terms of points and that. So I'm hoping that Salford is the one where I start to catch up.
Yeah, because you did gain a fair few points over me there. And you'll see, like I say, in a couple of weeks on both our channels what happens in Season 2. We're both in League 1. So, top scorer points come into play again. You had a guy that scored a lot of goals in League 2. A lot of goals. So that could be the key. And you don't want to miss it.
No, so in a couple of weeks it'll be Salford Season 2, and then a couple of weeks after that will be when the Norwich one comes out. And again, it's the same Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Keep an eye out. Check out our socials. Add us on Twitter. The links will be down below, and that's when you'll see when our videos go live.
And obviously the easiest way to find your way back here is to subscribe to both of us. Here's in your sub feed. So you can come watching there. Like these videos, share these videos with your friends who you think might like this. Challenge some of your friends, if Football Manager fans, to something like this and let us know how you get on. Challenge us with Norwich, Juventus.
And we've also said this before as well, if you are a content creator on YouTube playing Football Manager, and if you wanted to join in on one of these, send us a message. Just send us a message, hit us up, and we'll have a look. As you can see by the numbers, we're not big YouTubers, so it doesn't matter on your following if you've only got 2, if you've only got, or if you've got 2,002. It doesn't matter. If you want to take part, it's all fun and games at the end of the day.
Yeah, and of course, the more people, the more different styles we get to showcase. So do get in touch.
Yeah.
Any final words from you?
You're going down, bitch.
You say this every time and it never happens. So.
Yeah, but if I keep saying it and then it happens, then I can clip it.
Elmo, you're going to do very well with Norwich.
Bye, guys.
We'll see you then. Bye.